Way to go, Paul! Yeah, it's classy, Paul. Something tells me Paul did that once before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, everybody. It's All-Star Weekend. Time to get your afternoon ice on. Lace them up through the puck. Let's go. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to In the Crease with Tommy C. and none other than Chicago Dead on Dave, Mr. Dead on Dave. Way to go, Dave!
Way to go, Tommy!
Way to go, Paul! Way to go, Jake! Oh, God, if that is ever me, choke me to death in my sleep.
Oh,
that is horrid.
It.
It's horrid. It's horrid.
Oh, I could see me breaking shit. If someone's on my kid, and it's like I can't freaking do anything about it, I can see me go, oh, fuck.
I know you know that it's hockey. The kids are going to push and shove. I get that because, I mean, we both have daughters, and there's a girls' hockey game, which makes it even funnier.
It's too funny. It's too good.
I do. I get that. I get the anger and what have you. But if you're letting these kids watch the game. It's a violent game. The people who play it push and shove, both the men and the women. The kids are going to get into it. And they're going to get into it whether they're playing. It could happen in basketball, baseball, or anything else.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, Paul. Lighten up, will you? The ref raised his arm immediately.
Full Mongo. I can see myself going full Mongo.
You know what's the funny thing is? The first thing I thought of was, who do I know that would lose their shit if you were absolutely, positively number one on the list? And I remember thinking, when I send this to him via Facebook, he's going to say, you know, I'd probably do some shit like that. And sure fucking enough, you did.
You've seen me threaten to kill somebody at a poker table multiple times. Way to go, Paul.
That is absolutely epic. What's happening, everybody? 718-395-7660, 718-395-7660. Hey, we got a few plans. We got some stories to run off you, but on Thursdays, as always, we love to get as many calls as possible. We want to run the system that way. So we'd be more than welcome to talk about just about anything. I do have some stories that's going on in the NHL. Of course, we're going into the big NHL All-Star Weekend. And finding out that this is a Laura weekend for me. This is, of course, my daughter's coming over. Ain't gonna work. I'm probably gonna have to torrent the thing after the fact, and I'm really only interested in the skills competition because that can be highly entertaining. The game, whatever.
The game is what it is.
The game is what it is. It's sort of like the Stadium Series and the Winter Classic. It's a celebration of hockey rather than an actual hockey game.
Yeah, the Winter Classic, though, is far more entertaining. Those All-Star games just do not entertain me. In basketball and baseball, they do. Football's a joke, but hockey is right there with football. It just does not do it for me.
Here's what the advanced stat guys and the guys that are obsessed with finesse don't understand. That's what it looks like when everybody's finesse and nobody... Yeah. That's what a hockey game looks like when hard defense. Defense is the heart of every sport. It's the heart of every champion. The greatest defense in just about every sport always wins. So you really get an idea, when they make cracks about putting an enforcer in the lineup or putting a defensive defenseman in the lineup or putting a defensive forward in the lineup rather than a guy who has a better Corsi rating. Yeah. Just remember, watch the All-Star game. The defense breaks up plays and they make Corsi irrelevant. Let me give you a perfect example. Last night, Pittsburgh versus Chicago Blackhawks, Wednesday night rivalry. Mike Milbury pointed this out quite eloquently. I mean, he doesn't even give these analytics guys a second look. I mean, he thinks it's a joke. Why would he? Yeah, and I don't know if it's just because he's stupid. I think it has something. He actually sort of proved it. The Blackhawks dominated the early part of this game. They took a 2-0 lead, and then the Pens smartly sort of changed up their style. They played a dump and chase right game. They got right back in it, and they ended up playing a pretty good game. They ended up losing in the shootout, but they go away with a point. It was a much better effort, especially after the Philadelphia.
They showed some heart in this game.
Well, I don't think they played poorly in Philadelphia, but I just I don't know how you lose that game. I really don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know how you lose that game. I think
can't
maybe
lose that game.
I think we gave when I listened back to the show yesterday, it gave me the impression that maybe I didn't No, they did play well. It's just that I don't think they responded. I mean, it didn't seem must win to them. And I got to be honest, I can't think of a bigger regular season reason to win than a horrible hit from a player. So, and it does speak to leadership issues, which has been the theme on this show when it comes to Pittsburgh Penguins. But he did, going back to what I was saying, he pointed out is the Blackhawks dominated the possession. Now, they're not an analytics team, but they're certainly great at keeping the play going by their passing and their possession and what they decide to do with the puck to keep it in their advantage, which, of course, always gives you an advantage in any sort of sport like hockey or soccer or what have you. It's not, it goes without saying. But what they showed is the Pittsburgh defensemen, while they were holding the puck, didn't really give them opportunities to make plays and make big passes. So it didn't matter how much they had the puck. They couldn't put it into a scoring position because of the great play of the Pittsburgh defensemen. So it doesn't matter how you hold it or how long you hold it. Yes, it increases your odds, but if you're holding it on the boards the whole time,
I come with a stat for that, by the way.
Oh, really? Oh, no. Yeah. Oh, good. Because maybe
I've come with a term. I've come up with two terms that will help fix Corsi a little bit.
What's that?
No. Dead possession, live possession. Real simple.
Well, how do you
dead
judge
possession,
that?
Live possession.
How would you judge that?
It's subjective.
Yeah.
It's subjective. But you look at games like last night, where the Hawks have so much of the puck for so long, but are not able to attack. There's got to be a zone in which the puck can cross to where you could figure you're on an actual attacking situation.
So anything with around the area of the slot, if you're
you have to
area.
figure out exactly what area it starts to matter. But I do think that there might be something to that.
Yeah, I do think it's right. But if you have your two D-men and then your two wingers are in that box, even given a power play decision, if you can't make those crosshair passes, you can't finish. I mean, look at the Los Angeles Kings.
It's a dead possession.
The Kings have been getting killed lately. Doughty holds the puck as well as anybody. The team is real good, but they can't seem to. They lose so many close games. The defenseman's gone. Vlarnov.
You've got to be able to make those outlet passes.
You got to make exactly. So defense matters. So defensive defensemen matter. And I got news for those analytics guys. It's defense still matters. It's not fantasy hockey. You still need a balance. So you can laugh at Don Cherry all you want when you need a few muckers and grinders. Sure, you can't have a whole team of them. I mean, yeah, nobody's saying that, but I mean,
there's a balance as always.
Yeah, absolutely. You still need muckers and grinders, but I mean, it's just ridiculous that they rely so heavily, almost like they have solved hockey, like they've solved checkers. 3-4-7.
We fixed it.
Yeah, we fixed it. Yeah, bullshit. 3-4-7. You're on the air.
What's up, Frank from Staten Island?
Frank, Staten Island. What's on your mind going into this All-Star weekend?
Malkin getting injured. Who's going to take his spot,
No, you asked me before on Twitter. I don't know. I'll be honest with you.
And then also about the All-Star game, what's his name? The Columbus goaltender. He's out, and they put in St. Louis's.
I got a report that he was hurt. He was doubtful, and I guess you're confirming that right now.
He's out. I was going to confirm it a little bit later on the show.
Well, you can sure as hell know that Hank's not going to be there. It's obviously Hank doesn't want to be there.
It's Allen. It's Allen.
Who's going to go in his place?
St. Louis goaltender.
It's Allen.
No kidding. All right.
Or I'm sorry, Brian Elliott.
Oh, Brian Elliott?
Yep.
Sure. Elliott's had a good season. Why not? Well, who's going to play Malkin? I'm trying to think. Well, he can't put PK because he's a defenseman. It's just a damn shame. I'm trying to think.
I haven't been able to see that yet.
Who just missed the cut that we were talking about? See, the big ones were defended, like PK, Zdeno, Hank, but Hank doesn't want to play. Well, you know what? But I'm sure he's not going to do it either. Is Patrick Elias, who's not having a bad season in New Jersey.
Yeah.
You
would love that. You love you some Elias.
Yeah. Me?
Who doesn't though? I like Elias.
I'm a Ranger fan. What do you want from?
I like Elias.
He's a Ranger killer.
I would have swore you said you like Elias.
He's really. How do you feel about the Frank? How do you feel about the All-Star Weekend? I mean, in general. And does anybody know anything about this fantasy draft? Because I am. What the hell is that?
What do you mean?
I don't know. I saw that on the app. I don't know what it is.
You know, the fantasy draft. They're doing the All-Star weekend starts Friday with the fantasy draft, which I have no fucking idea what that is.
Oh, are they doing like the NFL does, where they like old?
They're gonna draft the teams.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah. So they stole the NFL's thing. Okay,
They stole the NFL thing. Exactly.
I remember the Eastern and Westerns Conference. You know what I'd rather see than any of this? I heard they used to do this back in the old days. The Stanley Cup champions should face an all-star team. That's what I think would be.
I like
amazing.
that idea.
That's a good idea.
That's a better idea, I think. I mean, I also like when they mixed it up. Sometimes it was East was West. Sometimes it was World versus North America. I mean, but I gotta be honest with you. I think if you put a team out there, you might see a better game. But maybe they're just not willing to risk an injury. I guess
that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, because if you put a team out there, it's going to be a little. You put
it can get chippy.
Yeah, L.A. Yeah, that would be something else. But the All-Star team versus Stanley Cup champions. I mean, how exciting would that be?
It'll start meaning something.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
and then somebody freaking tears an ACL.
These guys have heart attacks over the Olympics and the World Cup. I mean, Are they really going to go for that shit? Anything else, Frank?
Yeah. Well, I have an idea. I don't know if it's going to happen, but you know how Nashville's goaltender's injured?
Yes, Pecorino.
Do you think maybe they'll not definitely, but I think maybe they'll pick up Brodeur, maybe, because you know how he's looking to go somewhere.
Oh no! There's got to be way. Oh, you mean pick him up?
Pick him up is off of waivers.
Yeah. Ooh. I thought you were
because he's gone for like 5 weeks. So I figured they need somebody.
You know, Brodeur might come back from this weekend because I'm sure he's got a vacation. All these guys plan vacations during this time, especially if they're not in the game. Maybe Brodeur's going to just come to terms with it's over. If for some reason he doesn't, he'll be put on waivers. Yeah, why not? I'm starting to come around to the fact that it's over for Marty. It's over. And I'm not just saying
he's going to get put on waivers. I don't think he's not going to come to it on his own. He's going to get put on waivers, not get claimed by anybody, and that might be realization enough.
God.
Now Nashville might come a call, and that could be, appeasing to him, especially.
They got a cup shot.
Because he'd have a chance to stick it to St. Louis. Yeah,
but they're not going to win the cup this year. Teams like the Predators,
first place right now.
But teams like the Predators, I don't care if they win the President's Trophy, find themselves in inexperienced positions and losing to teams that they dominated all season. Yeah. I've seen it too many times.
Different seasons.
It's sometimes the President's Trophy is a curse.
It is.
Sometimes winning division is a curse. So it's. You see this a lot of times with teams that have a lot of promise, especially young teams. But I do think with it's Yossi and who's that other defenseman and God, I can't even remember his name right now. They have probably the best defensive pairing in hockey, one of the most promising forwards. They have Seth Jones, who's not too bad as your second line defenseman. Nothing but good things looking for the Predators, and an extremely exciting and fast team to watch. Team of the future, but expect them to go out in the first or second round no matter where they finish up.
Yeah, that's a good possibility.
That's the way they finish up. So you're excited, Frank?
I'm excited to see the game. I mean, it's nothing special because, it's not going to be like, when I think All-Star game, you hear All-Star, you think a lot of goals, stuff like that. But, it's not that.
It's probably going to be like that. Expect the score to be like 10-14 or something like that. It's not a goaltender's game. And that's why Mike Richter won it one year. Because he only gave up like 2 goals for a goal and a half or something. Or no, he shut out a period. I think he did. He shut out a period. Richter was on top of his game back then, and I think they flipped him a car or a motorcycle or whatever. Well, actually, no. He won the motorcycle for the World Cup MVP. He got the car for the All-Star MVP.
Hey, Frank, I got a question for you, buddy.
All right, go ahead.
Who are you looking forward to seeing in the second half? Who's got you juiced up?
Who?
Yeah, which team?
Hoping. Oh, what team do I think is going to win?
Yeah. I'm interested in that too. What do you think about that?
I'm going to go with the Eastern Conference team.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the other team.
Yeah.
I'm going for the underdog team.
Yeah. Rangers. You want the Rangers, right?
Yeah, Rick Nash. You got that A.
Rick Nash, bitch.
Yeah, we'll see if Rich Nash can perform in the playoffs. I'm Rick Nash, bitch. I can't play in the playoffs. I'm the baddest and the most beautiful motherfucker
Speaking of the Rangers, what about I don't even know if he's on the team. What about St. Louis going in for what's his name? Malkin.
Well, I wouldn't have a problem with
He's
that.
had a good season.
You really want your boys. That's what this call's about.
No,
We figured
that's how
it out.
it's about.
That's what it's called. I want my Rangers on TV.
I just don't care if anybody else goes.
I don't know. He hasn't been much of a story maker, so they're not going to put
No,
anybody on. He's not as much of a story maker. I mean, he was a huge story last year, but I don't think so.
Yeah.
All right, Frank. We're going to get to the rest of the stories and maybe calls.
And,
I was hoping for some calls today, but I think everybody's resting up for the All-Star weekend. But you take care of yourself, brother. Have a great weekend.
All right,
It was Paul in Staten Island. He sounds like he's from Staten Island. We have another guy.
Why do we call him Frank?
Frank the Prank. Well, I called him. No, because I was thinking of this. Sorry, I'm a little tired.
A little tired too.
Yeah, a little tired. Well, it's
a little sleepy.
It's almost 10 o'clock our time. 718-395-7660. You got any comments, questions, or not questions? Just make fucking statements or death threats. They're always funny.
Since we are at the halfway mark, if you don't mind, I would like to ask you a question.
Sure, right ahead.
Who's the most surprising team?
Well,
good or bad?
Predators.
Predators.
Who would have saw that coming? I mean, we always knew they had talent. I mean, obviously they had Picarina. He had a soft year last year. Sometimes goalies have bear the Predators. It's because they've maintained it. It's because when it happened in October and November, I was like, wow, yeah, it's kind of cool. But privately, I thought it's going to cool off. It sort of reminded me of the San Jose Sharks when Patrick Marleau was leading the league in scoring 2 years ago. I knew it was going to fade. But I ignored the team for just that reason. And then I just recently started watching the team. I'm getting to the point now where I can't wait to the next Predators game.
Yeah, they're exciting team.
Exciting team.
I think they have to be the biggest surprise positively going into the second half. But what about negative? Because we like negative here.
Yes, we do. Yeah.
Is it Colorado? I mean, I know they're playing better as of late, but I don't know. New Jersey, maybe? I mean, I know we didn't expect much out of Jersey, but
no. To me, Toronto's up. Edmonton is just they're so pathetic. They're not in this conversation. They're not disappointing. They're just pathetic. They're just a joke. That's a big joke. Toronto is just a ball of frustration. But yeah, I guess from a personal standpoint too, because I kind of invested a lot of I don't know. I really thought big things from the Avalanche this year. We did.
We both did.
Just I didn't think the loss of Paul Stastny was going to be that. So I think you're right. I think it's Colorado. I expected them to be. I thought they had moved into the elite last year. I didn't realize that was a fluke.
Yeah, and it was.
And it appears it might have been a fluke, and they're not as good as. Although O'Reilly's playing better. They got a big win over the Bruins yesterday. They are in the hunt, which by some people were saying it was over by November.
Yeah.
They are in the hunt.
Back into it.
That also shows a lot of heart, and I do think they're well coached.
Sure.
So, if
they're just outside, they got 50 points right now. They're just outside of the playoff hunt.
And there's no reason to think they can't turn around. But I mean, how many times have we done the show this year where the Colorado lost again? Again.
Badly.
The Toronto Maple Leafs thing, it's starting to get funny.
Yeah.
So I mean,
it's getting comical.
It's getting funny. So
on to Nashville. Back to Nashville for a quick second. I'm looking at the numbers. This is a team that should not be able to sustain what they have done throughout the season. They're 24th in power play percentage and 24th in penalty kill percentage. Those are eventually going to catch up to you. And what does those numbers mean, kids? It means coaching. So there might be a coaching deficiency, and I would not be surprised in the second half if they cool off. I'm not saying they're going to fall apart,
but cool off. That happens. I think that's a reasonable prediction because
but they're also the best defensive team in hockey.
Yeah,
first overall against.
I tell you something. We praise the Islanders a lot. We praise the Islanders a lot, but I mean they're at the bottom of the rack of penalty killing as well, and they're going to have to change that if they're going to have to make a deep run in the playoffs. And we've seen games, especially when they went on road trips, where they lost games maybe they shouldn't have with the Islanders. So that's something to keep in mind. As talented as the Islanders are. I think it's really important. I mean, if I was Coach Capuano, I would absolutely, although I think he's done a fantastic job and I think he's a fantastic coach, I would absolutely be working these guys in their power. They got to be able to kill penalties. They have.
They're
to be
still
able to kill
burying
penalties.
the puck, though. That's the thing.
You know what, though, and that's fine. And they're going to make the playoffs, and they're probably going to win the division. But let's face it, they've already made the show.
Yeah,
you got it. It's a get in the tournament league, and that's going to be huge. And I've seen it before, like teams that have the worst penalty killing in the regular season, and all of a sudden they're killing all of them, and with their power plays, it's so bizarre. Teams that don't score any overtime goals the whole season, they're suddenly getting all the hero goals in the playoffs. So it's just so bizarre and so difficult to predict, and that's why we like the game.
You got to look at some of the trends, and some of the times it'll be right. Sometimes it'll just say "fuck your trends," but you never know. One team that worries me going into the second half, partially because of injuries and partially because they're just playing horseshit hockey. They've lost 4 straight. They're 4-3-3 in their last 10. That's the aforementioned Pittsburgh Penguins.
Yeah,
they worry me with the injuries and stuff. This worries me.
The injuries, Crosby doesn't seem to be, although he's really turning around as late. He's putting it up.
He's getting his numbers. He's got 51 points this year.
Well, the mumps didn't help. The mumps didn't help.
The mumps got him.
I wonder how good his wrist is. He didn't end up having the surgery last year. It's just, I don't know. I never know what's going through that guy's head. I really can't put my finger on him.
Without Letang, Malkin, and Dupree, it's
not good. Not good.
It's not good.
Not good. They were lucky to get out of a point with Chicago. I mean, they did show a little heart. They got back in it, and I like the fact. I'll give some credit to the coach if it was him. The dump and chase audible. They
Coach Crosby.
Coach Crosby. He called the dump and chase audible. Maybe they need deflated pucks.
They just trim a little bit of the edges.
Chase the ends off. Right. As previously reported by Frank the Prank from Staten Island, Sergei Bobrovsky leaves with an injury. All-Star game in doubt. Of course, one of our point men reported that it's over.
Yeah, he is officially out. According to ESPN, he has lower body injury. He is definitely out, and will be replaced by Brian Elliott. That is.
Parents are furious over All-Star Game ticket policy change. Now, I didn't take any notes on this, but basically, if your kid's over 2, you have to buy him a ticket, even if he's sitting in your lap.
Jesus.
Well, that's a good idea. Let's get some bad. And Mashinsky reported it, so you bet your fucking boots they know it in New York in the NHL office now.
Yeah, but that's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous. They don't even do that in movie theaters.
Greedy fucking pigs.
We didn't do. I mean, what are those tickets? What are they going for?
Got to be 120.
So you're gonna make your infant's gonna sit in your fucking lap or your 2-year-old's gonna sit in your lap for 500, 600. Oh, come on.
That's insane.
Bunch of assholes.
Greedy pigs.
Well, my father, it hasn't happened yet, but my dad always said they're going to kill the goose that laid the golden egg. And that's definitely, I don't know if that'll ever happen because I'm here in Europe and it doesn't matter if they cheat or not. People are still going to see soccer games. But it definitely.
But look at the popularity of soccer. I think the NHL might be overestimating its own popularity at this point. Something like this could kill momentum. And let's
you certainly wouldn't want
on the upswing for a couple of years.
Look, you don't want Greg Wyshynski reporting something like that.
No, goddamn.
You certainly don't want him. He's got a lot of power, and he uses it poorly, of course, because he's a big, dumb, fat-faced hack.
Great power comes great douchery. Jesus.
What's it like to go to school and work real hard and absolutely have no journalism integrity whatsoever?
None at all.
I mean, it's just like
ethics.
It's like ethics. It's just like none. What? And the thing is, I know deep down inside he wants to be seen as somebody that's his ethical journalism. You know what? Here's another thing: satirists cannot be journalists, in my opinion. If you're a satirist, you never can be a legitimate journalist, ever. So that's
if you're an extreme agenda man, you can't be
he's let me tell you something. Like what happened with Gawker Media and Tasako and Gamergate, it's really not very difficult to believe with recent events of Harrison Mooney and Adrian Dotter that the bloggers are colluding on stories as they did in Gamer. It's not like the social justice warriors do seem to have something going on, and they're invading multiple fronts. But they do appear to be losing, too, because all you have to do is listen to them, and it's like listening to a Ku Klux Klansman or a religious kook. Or it's once you hear what they have to say, it's just like, really believe that shit?
Right.
You
Society
know?
might be getting stupid. Not that stupid
Like
yet.
it starts off where like I'm for women's rights. And well, who isn't for fucking women's rights except maybe in the Middle East? And then it's like there should be no big boobies in video games. Wait a minute.
Boobies.
Wait a minute. No boobies?
No boobies.
Yeah, so
That'll solve everything. Let's take the
no
boobies away.
boobies. No boobies.
What the hell? Quick
Hey,
Blackhawks news. Chris Versteeg looks like his return is still uncertain. He might be out a little bit longer than they thought. Up to
good.
3 or 4 more weeks.
Not good. That's Carcillo. That's Versteeg. You think the Hawks are going to dump Carcillo like the Rangers did?
I think he's a one and done candidate. I think he's a one and done candidate. I think I could see him getting out of here after this.
But
season.
I mean, there's no doubt about it.
If he does something stupid in the playoffs, yeah.
Well, God, but there's no doubt about it. He helped. The team got better. That the winning streak started, or I wouldn't say turnaround, but the dominance started coming back when he got there.
Well, he's a spark plug, you know.
Yeah, no doubt about
You know what? His return also corresponded with Seabrook's return.
That's true.
And that helps a lot because Jonathan Seabrook's a hell of a fucking hockey player. You want to talk about a lost
underrated
player in just a loaded team? Jonathan Seabrook is that.
You know what? You'll find this, especially if they break the team up.
Too.
Especially if they break the team up down the road. You'll find that a lot. That the team players get, like I would say, baseball reference Lenny Dykstra on the Mets. 450, you're on the air.
Hey guys,
it's Frenchie Ben. Frenchie Ben. Happy
Frenchie Ben.
happy All-Star weekend, brother.
If what?
Happy All-Star weekend.
Oh, thank you. You too.
Yeah.
Way to go, Paul.
Wait.
Way to go, Paul.
No,
you know the guy must have had something in his hand.
You think so? Yeah, it was like Hulk smash.
Or something like that.
You think that's what he did?
I just think he Hulk smashed it. He was
Hold on a second. Let's look at this again. Let's look at this again.
No, he must have had a quarter roll in his hand, like the great Jacques Rougeau against Dynamite Kid.
Well, I love the wrestling references. Hold on a second.
I love a good wrestling reference.
Yeah, that was a really good one. That was a really good one.
From a wrestling guy, that's a good wrestling reference.
Hold on a second.
Speaking about the reference, I want to salute your work, guys, because I listen to your things and great monetize this.
Oh, well, thank you. I didn't know you listen to Monetize This. Yeah, we're all screaming about sports. That was funny.
Sometimes I listen more to your thing.
Oh, okay.
Tommy.
Well, that's a change. Most people like Cronin and sort of listen to me.
I like his style.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
But the last caller at Monetize This was great.
Yeah. Oh, Graham. Graham's a really good guy. I like Graham too. I thought he really added a lot.
And he seemed interested in hockey, so it's great.
Well, we might
teach him.
actually do something with him. I told him to send me. We might do a bit. I just want to make sure it's tasteful and all kosher with him, and then we'll kind of work on that.
It was a good show last night.
Don't tip my audience off on that.
And the last Creators Corner is really good.
Oh, thank you. You watched the one with the graphic designer, Salo DeMecco?
Yep.
Yeah, that was a good one. He's a good guy, man.
But I would say I listened to 3 or 4. The best one is Tommy C.
It's one of my personal favorites. So.
Yeah, it's kind of inspiring.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
No, it's true.
It's like, because if this asshole can make it, anybody can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Hey, guys, you're talking about Nashville, and the Canadiens played against them.
Mm-hmm.
And they totally dominated the Canadiens for maybe 35 minutes.
I watched that game. You're correct, but PK kind of settled that in overtime.
He took charge, man.
Yes, he did.
I think he woke up. By not being took in the All-Star game, now he's running with the ball.
You know, I got something to say about that. Like, one of the things that, obviously the Habs are good. They're going to make the playoffs. It's no big deal. But they do look directionless and sometimes bored at times. Could that be because they don't have a captain? Maybe this is kind of a mistake by Canadiens management. Maybe it's time to slap the C on somebody. And you know what? PK keeps getting that big goal. And he's got the heart of a lion. Maybe he's a little immature at times, but maybe it's time to say, all right, you're the leader of this hockey team. I know it's a big deal. I understand the historical aspect of it. But you know what? This 3-captain thing, to me, it's not working. It's just, I believe in dictatorship when it comes to sports.
But the dictator is Terrien.
Yeah, that's true. I suppose.
And one thing that is bizarre with the Canadiens is that he's always changing things. He's pushing all the buttons.
Oh, yes.
I don't really like his style, but it works.
Michel Therrien, I'm not crazy about his style because he seems to use the media in a weird way. We've talked about this before, but I'm a bottom line guy, Frenchie Ben. If you win, you win. I don't care it's through analytics or being old school Philadelphia Flyers style or the way the Rangers do things through speed or the Blackhawks that do everything right. But no, I don't think he's a bad coach.
You're right, because after the game in Nashville, against Nashville, Laviolette was in fury because of the last call. It was a penalty for tripping.
Yes, that's right.
And Therrien, after the game, he was asked about it, and he said, "Oh, I would be in fury if the ref didn't call it."
He does.
Bullshit.
He does operate really well with the media. He's able to kind of he's a kind of a manipulator.
He's
but
a
if
Phil
it works,
Jackson type coach. Phil Jackson was a friggin' master.
If Phil Jackson was French, he would have been like this. Because Therrien is very French about the whole thing. He's very dramatic. He sees the motion. He just it's like watching a fucking foreign film. I mean.
He and Bob Hartley come from the same school. They were in Laval in the junior with the Morissette brothers, and it was called the House of Pain.
Oh, no kidding.
So,
well, how
they always feed on emotions.
Yeah. Okay. Well, whatever works. Another thing is a different culture in French Canada, so maybe it works with those guys. So I mean, look, whatever works. Also, do you know how Therrien got his job over there? Who he knew to get that? Alain Vigneault from the New York Rangers. They were actually he worked for Vigneault one time.
It all comes back to the Rangers.
Oh, yeah.
It all goes back to the Rangers. Yeah, it all goes back to the Rangers, my brother. All right, you have
wrong.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, Fred. Go ahead, Ben.
Okay.
Go ahead, Ben.
I have a solution for Toronto.
What's that?
The only solution for them is to deflate the puck.
I agree.
I got a solution. It's called contraction.
Well, here, get ready for Kyle Dubas.
Oh yeah, it's not going to work.
Is everybody in Quebec just laughing at them?
No, it's kind of a pity.
We pity you English man. You can't even put a good.
We pity you, Toronto.
But the thing that we dislike the most about the Leafs, and it's historical, it's when they won the Cup in '67. It was the year in Montreal, the Universal Expo was there, and they were sure the Cup would be there, but
wasn't there.
We didn't win.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got to give the Leafs one once in a while. I mean, Jesus Christ, you got a lot of them. I mean, come on.
I think we can let it go. There's more.
All right,
once every 100 years is okay.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, guys, I'm gonna leave you. Great show again, and like the Mountie, I want to tease you till your nose bleed, Cronin.
We got to start. Cronin's got to start listening to this show because I know he doesn't. He's more of a live listener.
I know Ben's secret, by the way.
What's Ben's secret?
He's fucking George St. Pierre.
It could be.
I've done a voice analysis test on him, and it's George St. Pierre.
Joining us right now in his truck, probably getting ready to pull over by a cop. None other than legendary Jake Link from New Jersey. What's on your mind? Happy All-Star Weekend.
I pull fucking cops over. Let me get that straight, okay?
Yeah, don't get shot. Do you hear about
fucking Volkswagen, not the my truck?
You're in a Volkswagen. What are you doing in a Volkswagen?
You know what? I'm a little bit upset as a Devils fan. Due to the fact that I know Brian Elliott got it, but Brian Elliott was hurt for a good month, and Corey Schneider.
Come on. Who are you kidding? Schneider doesn't belong there. They're not in the playoff hunt, practically.
It doesn't matter. Come on. Zemo Gigaton belongs there, right?
Yeah, well, he got the votes. Schneider didn't. Schneider, you know what Schneider should do? He should go back to fucking Switzerland and beg everybody to call him just like Sam and Skiggin songs did. I don't know.
Schneider's 15th in wins. And what is his? Where's he at?
He's 15th in wins because he's on a shitty team.
Yeah.
But he's a solid goalie.
Goals against.
All right.
Floyd's a shit goalie. I hate to tell you, Dave, Crawford's a shit goalie.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Oh, really? Oh, Jesus Christ.
He's 7th in goals against average, Crawford is, by the way. He's not that bad.
You know what, Dave? I'm going to do this for you. Bye, Jake. I can't stand your thing anyway. I can't that fucking truck.
By the way, Corey Schneider's 18th in goals against average.
Looked good last night, I thought.
These are 17 goalies that are more deserving in my eyes.
I don't think he's that bad.
Get Ben Bishop in there.
I don't think he's that bad. You want to do some overtime, or you want to end it?
Oh, whatever's up to you, buddy. We can
I want to
call
cover these stories. I might as well just fucking cover these stories.
Let's do the stories. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll go back to the Leafs a little bit. John Cherry is not happy with the sweater tossers. Let me read this. These guys are jerks. I sound like an old Jew.
You sound like an old Jew.
I got to work on it, Cherry. He goes, 4 or 5 guys. Yeah, I do. I sound like a fucking
Oh,
jerk.
my God.
4 or 5 guys. Oi, it's so humid.
I'm schwitzing.
4 or 5 guys, they come in their sweaters and throw it in the ice. They're hoping to lose. They're jerks. I cannot believe they sit beside them and watch them and throw somebody that does not do something about it. Well,
Cherry wants him to punch the guy next to him in the face.
Well, I wouldn't care if they punched some of the jersey tossers in the face. That wouldn't bother me. I mean, you shouldn't do it, but it wouldn't bother me. I mean, there is... I get where the Leafs are coming from. I don't really care about the protest, but they're throwing it in the middle of the game, and it just changed. In the middle of the game. When I saw that changed my opinion of the whole goddamn thing. You know, I mean, you're going to the damn. You're going. There's got to be all right. They're having a rough season. And Cherry's just talking about like, why are you kicking these guys while they're down? Maybe there's some truth in that. Unknown phone number. What's up?
Hello.
Who's this?
Oh.
Hi, what's up? I'm a girl listener. I really love the show.
What's your name?
My name's Kelsey.
Chelsea? You're the ones leaving those messages on my machine, aren't you, Chelsea?
No, I'm not.
You're not listening to me? You don't have you don't have a voice modulator on, Chelsea?
No, I don't.
Yeah. Well, what's on your mind, Chelsea?
I was just going to say that the Buffalo Sabres are winning the Stanley Cup this year. I'm telling you right now.
Okay. No.
You guys you're dumb. You're a fucking
Yeah, I knew it was you. I knew it was you. I knew it. I figured it out. You're the one that calls and says horrible things about my wife. You're not that smart. I saw the voice modulator. I was like, I do want to make sure because I did have a female caller. Or somebody on Twitter, and I was sort of worried about this scenario that I'd be like, "Fuck you, lady," and hang up on her.
We let her bury herself.
So yeah, exactly. So I set her up, and it wasn't even that good of a prank. No, I mean, he didn't even. I figured you out immediately, and the only reason I didn't take in was because I just didn't want to turn off a real fan, I suppose.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't want to be accused of I will say this.
You're an anti-Femite.
Yeah, there is some stuff like, guys make a big mistake, and I'm not talking about these feminists like that dopey Camacho going, oh, if a girl has an opinion on hockey, she's immediately shut down because...
That's a good impression. That's a really good chick impression.
Yeah. I got my voice modulator on. She's illegally turned down for hockey because it's a boys' club and cement. You know what? First of all, that's bullshit. But I will say this. I've seen guys do this, and it's the dumbest shit you can do, and you don't do it, and I don't do it, and we've talked about this. If you're more than likely gonna be in a relationship with women, and if you're listening to this, you're gonna watch a lot of hockey, football, whatever. Teach them the game if they don't already know it, and don't yell at them or act disinterested when they ask questions.
9 out of 10 girlfriends, wives, whatever, even friends, they are very attentive. They will want to learn as long as you're not an asshole.
Yeah.
They're going to want to learn.
And I'm not giving you
because
some...
they're interested in you.
Yeah, what are you doing? What's going on here? Like, my dad didn't... Because guy... And I think there is a certain amount of truth. This guy's like, she's a girl. She won't be interested, or she won't understand it. I mean, I guess that is kind of sexist.
Maybe.
But here's the thing.
Guys.
Look at this. Look, especially if you're a football fan. You're going to be sitting around Sunday all day. She's going to leave you the fuck alone. Look at it that way.
Give her more knowledge, give her some education, let her see that she doesn't like it, and she'll go away.
And you know what? Especially you snarky pricks out there that are like constantly looking, wrong, no, that's not true. Steve Yzerman didn't score a goal in the third period 1997. It was in overtime. Yeah, don't do that to your girlfriend, douchebag.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that to your girlfriend.
And don't relegate her to the kitchen making sandwiches either. They don't like that. They don't like that.
And help her out once in a while, you fucking prick.
Yeah, clean up after yourself. See, look what we're doing. We're
you know what? There's a dirty dish over there. Why don't you go fucking take it? Hey, you know we're up against Obama right now?
Oh, we're probably burying him.
Yeah. Obama's on YouTube right now. Probably shouldn't.
To be fair, Obama's probably burying himself.
Yeah.
He's good at that.
Everything's good and wonderful, and it's all because of him.
Yeah. Socialism.
Yeah. EPA. But yeah, I'm glad it wasn't that girl. He's gonna wear the bubbles. You thought I was. You didn't think I have a fucking great ear. I could tune a guitar from across the room and tell you how you turn it. I could figure you out immediately. But I was a little afraid, like, fuck you cunt, you know? And then like, hey, wait a minute. I've been talking to you on Twitter for a month. You call me a cunt? What's the matter with you? And next thing you know, Michelle Camacho's on Tumblr and I'm in big trouble. You know? That's what I'm worried about. Yevgeny Malky, lower body injury.
Not good. It's almost unsettling how satisfying that is.
I love that. Way to go, Paul. Real classy. Real classy. I mean, I want to look at that again, see what Frenchie Ben had to say. Hold on a second. I want to see if he had an object. Because he does it with one hand. Yeah. Let me see this again.
Get the wheels on the bus!
No! Can't get enough of a way to go, Paul. No, he seems to slap it.
Yeah.
I think it was just it was on its way out the door. He just got lucky. He was probably surprised. Like I'm sure I bet he was a little surprised. But then he points to the Hulk smash, you know. I mean, like he points to the glass.
What did that lady say? She said put the wheels on the bus?
I think she was gonna make some.
Put the wheels on the bus.
I couldn't figure that part out, but I think
I don't know what that means.
She was about to make. No, she didn't. She didn't finish the cliche.
Yeah, the wheels on the bus do go round and round. Yeah, all the way.
Well, they were mad that the refs didn't call a penalty, but they called a penalty. So I really didn't. Just a bunch of creepy hockey parents. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Since I've seen this video, I saw about 5 other hockey jackass parents movie. I'm thinking. I can't do it this way because my daughter's here. I'm actually thinking that I'm going to actually put a whole montage together of wacky hockey parents. That's probably kind of fun.
That is a good idea.
Way to go, Paul's right to the top of the list. That's it.
Number 1 with a rocket.
Yeah. Zach Ronaldo gets the weekend off because they were not going to be talking to him till Monday. Tom Bertuzzi has left the Binghamton Senators to get his knee checked out. Team said they welcome him back if he wants to play. And then
the Angels wonder.
And that's pretty much it. Hey, everybody. Make sure you listen to Shot from the Point Live, the pre-All-Star Game show. That would be at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And by the time you're done, you got about a half an hour. You get all your stuff together, your beer, your popcorn, and get ready to watch the All-Star Game. You got a half an hour to do that because it'll be ending at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. So this is perfect for you. This is a perfect thing. Hit Shot from the Point. Then you watch the All-Star Game, and everybody's happy, and you wake up the next day, and you find out Zach Ronaldo got 2 games. You know.
Oh, God. I will lose my mind.
I'll probably lose my shit on that one, too.
Oh, my God.
Jesus.
You have to sedate me.
Yeah.
You have to fucking sedate me.
That really, you know what it is? That hosts a hit from Drive. That really hurt you, because that's the first time you saw one of your own get fucking hurt real bad. That really bugged you.
Yeah, it kind of like fucking Torres.
Yeah, so now you're like,
Torres in the face.
You're like, what's his name on the Yankees with the beanballs when he went after what's his name on the Red Sox? You're a little sensitive about that stuff.
I'm telling you, I'd take a shot. I'd take a run at Raffi Torres if I saw him. This is for Hossa, you son of a bitch.
He'd take a run.
And then he monkey stomps me. I'll just fucking I'll cry.
I don't think. Actually, I've seen Torres interviewed. He doesn't seem to be a bad guy. I gotta be honest with you. I don't think he's a psychopath. I think he's
just like he's dirty.
He's overly intense.
Well,
he's
was dirty.
He does, like that. I forget it was last year in the playoffs, the year before. He got suspended for a mega suspension based on a prior suspension that I thought was bullshit. But Raffi took it like a champ. They were thinking about taking it to the NHLPA because it was like 10, 15 games in the playoffs or just before the playoffs. And Torres said, "No, I'm not fighting it." So that tells me he's not as bad as you think. Because I got to be honest with you, this one was questionable. The Hossa hit wasn't. No. So, that's right. All right, well, anyway, it's a good time to end it. We did 45 minutes. That's pretty good. Yeah. I thought we had a decent show.
It's a good show.
Way to go, Dave.
Way to go, Tommy. Very classy.
Last night in the National Hockey.
Mike, that count for a long time.
Yeah, that's going right into the thing. I even altered it and cleaned it up and what have you. Mike Huffman opened up the scoring 2 minutes into the game as the Senators dealt the Leafs their 6th straight loss. Leafs lose another one. Sens take it 3-4. Hawks took it to an early 2-0 lead against the Pen, but the Pens caught up, sending it to the shootout. Hawks take that shootout and send the Penguins to their 4th straight loss going into the All-Star break. And no, Chris Letang was not in the building. Yeah. They may have some problems. There's a team that might fold in the second half.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, you're right. Now that I'm thinking about it. Now that I'm thinking about it.
They're not playing good hockey as it is. They've lost 4, and now they got some injury problems. This could be a bad second half.
Sure could. Winnipeg scored twice in the first period and twice in the second, and Michael Hutchinson made 29 saves for his second career shutout. Jets take 5.
Glad I picked him up.
Did you really? Who picked him up? Who picked him up?
Weeks ago. Thanks, Jeff.
Oh, Jeff. Why didn't Jeff get him then?
Jeff tipped me off.
No kidding.
Yeah, he's a great man. I love Jeff.
Hutchinson made 29 saves for his second career shutout. Jets take 5 in a row. They shut down the Jackets 4-0. Ryan O'Reilly, even a score with less than 2 minutes to go. And then there, Nathan McKinnon tucks the shootout winner. The Avalanche take the Bruins in the shootout 3-2. Me lucky charms, me lucky charms.
She sounds like a real ball breaker.
There was a little New York in there. It's supposed to be in Pennsylvania, but I mean, we're not far. So yeah, it sounded like a transplanted New Yorker.
Just a real.
Hold on, let's listen again. Hold on. Yeah, Long Island. Long Island. Ducks handled the Flames 6-3. They make it 5 straight for the Anaheim. They're playing really well of late. And the Sharks doubled up the King with a score of 4-2 on your West Coast Wednesday night rivalry. That's it. That's it, Dave.
That's it.
Well, I hope you enjoy the All-Star game. If you see any torrents of it, please fire them over immediately.
Absolutely.
I would appreciate that. And you know what? Get out of my crease! Dance, Dave. Dance. All right, you can stop. You look at your diet.